everybody who's been to a wedding knows that these are going in the garbage.
Yeah.
Right?
After a week.
Yeah, they're going in the garbage. And even after a wedding, like when a bride and groom race out, they don't think about their flowers.
Yeah.
These things go in the garbage. So if you're spending $4,000 to have this little centerpiece or whatever on all your tables, just so you know, that's
the vase is more important.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, take the flowers, but don't steal the vases.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so true.
My wedding vendor will get choked if you steal the vases. They'll charge me.
I would say honestly, like when you are going to hire vendors, what do you think is the number one question that you have to ask, either yourself or to your vendors? What do you think?
What is this? What is the outcome of these vendors? Like, what are they going to do for my wedding?
Yeah, that's exactly it, dude. Yeah. Exactly. What is, if I bring a guy on, you know, I've been to a wedding before where the caterers didn't show up, and all of a sudden, like, they sat down, they did the tasting, they did everything with these vendors, and then the vendors didn't show up, and they ended up ordering pizza. Poirier wedding. What's up, Ty? Right? And, you know, they were such a great family. They just said, screw it, toughed it out, danced, had fun all night. Like, It was one of those scenarios. But what they didn't do is they didn't vet their vendor for character. Character means everything, dude. And it's the way I pick my friends. It's the way I pick my business associates. Is character. It's like, what is your philosophy on life?
Yeah, I want to stop you there. Before we get into that, why does that happen? Why do vendors not show up?
I think bigger, better deal is what the main problem is.
That's a thing?
Yeah, and I think that...
I don't know if people know that. That's a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing. It's 100% a thing in the wedding industry. Completely is a thing. People will not show up because they got a better deal. And what happens is that people are so passive-aggressive in this industry. Both vendors and brides and grooms, not a lot of people are aggressive. They don't like actually go after people, you know?
So I'll just make numbers up. So let's say I was getting $1,000 at a gig, or I'm a chef or a vendor or a caterer. I was getting $1,000.
Yeah.
And then a bigger, better thing. So $2,000. Yeah. I'm just going to no-show the $1,000?
No, but what they will do is they'll subcontract it out. So it'll be the ABC catering company. And what they'll do is they'll go, oh my God, I got this other gig for double. So what I'll do is I'll sub it out to this company. You know what I mean? And even if I get...
And when you're saying company, it's really just a guy.
It's just a guy.
Two guys, like...
It's usually someone who isn't good enough to be hired at the wedding. They're usually on standby, right? They're ready, and they get called up. It's kind of like DJs. DJs are the same way. Right, like a DJ company, and I know you DJ companies have 4 or 5 guys out there. You do this, and you don't lie. I know you do. Like, right, they'll go and they'll show up to meet with the couple, the bride and groom. And, oh yeah, we're gonna do a wedding. Yeah, oh, got it all. We write it all down. The couple invests in them, right? And then the day comes, and you know, the junior, as they like to call them, junior DJs show up, and it's just it's a big scam. Right? It's a horrible thing to do to people. And it's a horrible thing to do to someone on their wedding day where they're already stressed out. You know, but it's not that they don't no-show. It's just that, they'll sell out for better deals, dude. And it happens like that in all of the vendors. All the vendors in the wedding industry, right? They'll do it. The ones that don't generally do it, I notice, are decor people. Decor people, because they have such a specific talent for decorating, for what they're doing, they usually are the ones that show up and do it, right? Shout out to Bespoke, who I love. They just won Company of the Year this year. I thought they were great. They're one of my favorite companies. I think they do a great job. But yeah, so you know, when it comes to vendors, I think doing for character is number one, right? Like making sure that person's going to show up, and also, you know, what are they about? Like I always ask, you know, what do you do? Like I take the topic off of weddings. I'm like, so what do you do with your life? Like, what do you do in your free time, right? And, you know, some people are like, oh, I don't have free time, I just work and this and that. Or some people are like, oh, you know, I go do all these things. But you can usually get a feel for the person by, you know, are they married? You know, do they have kids? What do they do for hobbies? Like, these are important questions for vendors, dude. Because then you get a sense of this person and what kind of person they are, right?
Actually, a lot of the decision makers in weddings are women. Because it's the bride that makes the decision, and women have a superpower that we men don't have. They have intuition.
Yes,
they can feel out.
Yeah,
and vibe the character of a person just by gut feeling after talking to them for 20 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour.
Oh yeah.
Right? So.
Oh yeah.
You should use that to your advantage, right?
Yeah, and that's a cool thing. It's really funny. We're men in a women-dominated industry, eh?
Yes.
Like, there's not many. Where are the guys in our business? They're like photographers, DJs, videographers, cooks, efficient. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Is that it? I think that's it. If I'm missing something, just put it in the thing below.
Yeah. Yes. Have you ever heard of a male like wedding planner, like coordinator?
No.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm really. Well, that's kind of what we're trying to do, though, in a sense, right? Like, we just want people to value entertainment and to realize like how important. I think we could plan a wedding, and I think we could plan an event pretty easily. Like, I'm not downplaying this for all of our planners out there, but I believe that a man planning it would be a lot different than a lady planning.
Yeah, we just value different. We would bring a different perspective to the table.
Yeah. Whereas, like, I would kill flowers. I would just be like, listen, we're going to think of a different way to do flowers, but the only beautiful flower thing you should have is your bouquet. In my opinion, the only flower that really matters is your bouquets. And if you have a beautiful
that's a bold statement, because some women are probably screaming, "No way!" Right?
But it's the most important.
Half of the people at your wedding are going to be men, and these men, they're looking at the flowers maybe 5 seconds tops.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah, and they just want to steal them. That's it, right? And you think about it, the only interaction you have with flowers is
the bouquet toss.
The bouquet toss. So yes, it's important. And this is where we're getting down to the meat of this podcast, episode 1, dude. We are trying to create the value for what we do. And that's what a lot of this podcast is going to be. And if we talk to people or we go on the street and stuff, we're going to really pound this into people for 2022. Yeah. Not 2021, 2022. Right? We're in a pandemic. We are a year and a half ahead of the curve. But we need to have people understand that the people who come to your wedding or event are important to you. That's why you're paying almost $100 a seat, right?
Yeah.
And if they're that important to you, then you need to entertain them.
Yeah. You don't want them to be bored.
It's number one. You feed them, you give them drinks. Why would you make them sit there and be bored? And it's really easy to create.
No, you don't give them drinks. You give them a drink ticket.
Drink ticket.
But here's my expensive flower.
Like even that. Like you could spend that flower budget on your entertainment budget.
No. One drink ticket.
Right? Give free drinks to your guests. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they'd be entertained. And the best part is, like, if you don't do entertainment, people walk away from your wedding going, "Oh, that was nice. Oh, that was sweet," or "That was nice." They use really soft words.
Very nice. Yeah, that was pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty. Oh, it was cute. It was like, oh, it was good.
It was lovely.
And they walk away with energy. You know what I mean? Despair. You know? And it's the worst thing you can do. If you spend $50,000, $30,000 on your wedding, the worst thing you can do is have people walk by, "Oh, that was nice."
Yeah.
Right? And even though it doesn't matter what people think, it matters how people feel.